Alright, hello everybody. Today I will be interviewing WHS's new choir and Showcat director, Miss Lesch. Happy to have you here.
It's great to be here. Thanks, Mikey.
Alright, so first question. How are you liking WHS so far?
I am loving it. I actually attended a small school that was rural, very similar to this. Went to Clifton Central High School. Just came from a job that was in a big school, so I'm really glad to be back in a small school.
What's your favorite things about? What's one of your favorite things about being a choir teacher?
That's a loaded question. I love that I get the opportunity to help students create something that they didn't necessarily know that they could do. And also something, since we work as a group, something that's bigger than themselves. And I think that's a really cool experience.
All right, now on the opposite end of that question, what's one of the few things you don't like about being a choir teacher?
There's a lot of paperwork that you wouldn't normally guess a choir teacher would need to do. A lot of, like, for ILMEA auditions, recording those and doing all of the behind the scenes work. There's quite a bit of it. But I wouldn't necessarily say it's an awful thing. The ends are worth the means.
You mentioned you taught somewhere else before here. Where did you teach?
Yes, so I was teaching at Kankakee School District, about 30 minutes away from here. And I'm also an adjunct professor at Olivet Nazarene University. And I've been there for 3 years and I still am.
Wow.
Yeah.
Speaking of colleges, where did you go to college?
I attended Olivet as a student, actually. Yep.
Have you ever been in any musicals, like either as an actor or a director?
Yes and yes. So when I was much younger, I did Kankakee Valley Theater Association, their Young People's Theater. So community theater is where I started my love for it. When I was in high school, I did theater, same in college, and then I actually performed professionally for 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Started at Busch Gardens in Williamsburg, Virginia, where I played Rapunzel in their musical Entwined. From there, I moved to New York City. I got to perform in some off-Broadway shows. I did Lab Rats there. Moved then to Los Angeles, where I did some recording work. I did some extra work and behind the scenes in some movies, and then moved back to New York City before coming here.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
What's your favorite musical you've acted in and directed?
Oh, that's hard. The favorite musical that I've acted in would probably be Thoroughly Modern Millie. And I was in it 2 different times. One time I was Millie, and the other time I was Muzzy Van Hosnier. My favorite musical I've directed, probably Beauty and the Beast. I was vocal director of a production of Beauty and the Beast. And it was just a beautiful show, musically and aesthetically.
All right. What do you think of the pregame show here at Wilmington?
Oh my goodness. I literally stood there with my jaw dropped going, where am I? Even like my college, no one has fireworks. I feel like a theater person put that together with the smoke and the motorcyclists and all that. Amazing.
I would not be surprised if a theater person did. We have a certain love for dramatics here.
I love it.
And final question for the evening. If you could go back in time and tell your younger self one thing, what would it be and why?
I would tell myself that there is power behind the way that you think. If you believe that you can do something, it is much more likely that you can achieve it.
Interesting. All right, I believe that's all the questions we got. Do you have any questions for me?
No, thank you so much for having me. It's
Thank
great
you
to
so
be
much
here.
for being here.